And 2 days after a four-storey building collapsed in Gurugram, killing 7 people, the police have arrested the owner of the building. Now, the police have booked him under Section 304, which is culpable homicide not amounting to murder, but the contractor of the building is still absconding. My colleague Alok Singh, who's been tracking the story very closely, now joins us live from the spot. Alok, if you can actually take us through the latest. We understand that the builder has in fact been arrested, but the contractor of the building is still absconding.
Well, the owner of the building is Daya Ram, that he was arrested yesterday from this same village, and he was hiding at the residence of one of his relatives. Gurugram police arrested him yesterday, and they produced him before the court, from where he was sent to judicial custody for 14 days. Now, the important point here is to mention that this building, he was owning this building. This is just located right behind me, and this fell on the wee hours of Thursday around 5 a.m. when 7 persons were residing inside the building, and they all dead due to the fall. And the police registered the case and they investigated. Then they found out that this building, that there were some poor kind of material that was being used, due to which that the building fell. And when they arrested the owner also blamed the contractor that of using the poor quality of constructing material, due to which the incident had happened. That one point also that is very important to mention here is this area comes under Lal Dora. That Lal Dora means that there are some villages in Gurugram who still comes under this Lal Dora concept. That this Lal Dora concept is about the bylaws that municipal corporations bylaws, which is not applicable in these Lal Doras areas. Lal Doras areas are basically the villages of the Gurugram. So in this particular case also, that there was no law was being followed, because it does not come under the municipal corporation. So that the owner, that they make their houses, they construct their houses by their own, and by any laws, without any law, so without following any kind of law. So in this case also, that the same thing was happening, due to which that the building has fallen. So now the government has to look into it, how they can implement that law of municipal corporation in such areas which are still not under the municipal corporation. Back to you, Sanjana.
Right, Alok, and also if you can actually take us through the reasons for this building collapse, because this is not the first time that we're seeing such incidents take place, particularly in the north of India. We've really seen several building collapses actually take place recently. And more importantly, after that, there's been no action that's taken, and a lot of people who have suffered, or the victims or the kin of the victims, really get no justice.
Well, that's only in this case also, that Haryana government that's just announced the compensation of 3 lakhs for the families of the victim that who lost their lives. The people who are staying in this building were mainly the masons and the security guards. That 7 persons were residing when the building collapsed, and one of the guy that who was present in the building, that at the point of the incident he was outside. He was the security guard, and he was crying for his son, because his son is stuck in the building, and he lost his son. So in that way, these such incidents are very shocking, and that keep happening in North India, in Delhi, in NCR region. We have recently saw a building collapse in October, that in Gurugram, in Noida also, that the same kind of incident had happened, where several people have lost their lives just because of the use of the poor quality of constructing material. And in this case also, that prima facie, that police found out there was poor quality of material was being used to construct the 4th and the 3rd floor. And when the incident had happened, that the people that who were residing in this particular building were on the first floor of the building. So in that way, that it is very important that the government has to think not only that Haryana, that about the NCR, UP government, and the Delhi, where the incidents are keep happening such kinds, so that they could keep a tab on the people that who are constructing their houses, or whether they have a clear proper permission from the municipal corporation, from the civic authorities, and they have passed their maps so that there could be no such kind of incident happens in the future.
Right, Alok, thank you so much for bringing us those updates. We'll continue tracking the latest in this building collapse and come to you for more.